Hey guys, welcome back. Some of the most important videos on the channel here are the ones that are going to showcase the card shop burglaries. That's because if we can identify any of the perpetrators in this video, it's going to go a long way in making sure that they are brought to justice and they don't do it to anyone else. Alright, let's go. We got 3 game stores that have been impacted. Then we got some higher end, higher dollar crazy heists that have taken place. If you need to reach me with any information on this, you can leave a comment on the video, or even better, you can @me in my Discord general chat. That's the best way to get in touch with me because my DMs are swamped. First up, we have Calgary. We're in Canada. For all those the people that are like, Rattle, why don't you cover scams and theft in Canada? Well, here you go. We're starting off with one. We have Calgary's Olympic sports cards and games. And we got some breaking in through the wall. Not the first time, not the last time. We're going to see some breaking through the wall. Some of these stores are attached to other stores. Some of these stores are not as locked down, not as secure as the one that is next to you. Be very careful. Make sure you got to have the tip of the top security in place. And not only does it need to notify you that somebody's breaking in, but you need to have a plan of action to make sure that the authorities, security of some kind, can get there extremely quickly, because it does not take these guys long. They surely scoped out that place beforehand. So we got a hole in the wall, we got a door sliced in half, and this is why these things got to look like a prison. Basically, you got to keep the people that should be in prison out of your prison and away from the Pokemon cards. With the market as crazy as it is right now, it is not a surprise that we've seen a little increase in the burglar action. And yes, get the most expensive, the best quality cameras and security systems that you possibly can. This goes for if you have an expensive collection. This goes if you have a game store. Very important. And here you go. We got some vintage packs. So if anyone sees these vintage packs floating in and around the Calgary area, you might be looking at stolen goods. Now, first video here, you're going to see them come through the door. I believe we got some better mug shots there. I don't think there's any audio on this one. Is it playing? I think it's playing. Yeah, there it is. I saw the door move a little bit. So they're gonna come in through the door. It's a real shame that you're not allowed to booby trap this stuff. We need some Kevin McAllister, Home Alone level paint cans swinging down from the ceiling and shit. Probably very illegal to do so. And they're in. They're on. So we got a better shot of him right here. He's got the old handkerchief and or neck gaiter in around the mouth. But if you recognize this guy, or if you recognize this guy with the demonic eyes, please let me know. Even if it's someone that you think it might be, any information is truly appreciated. All right, where are we going now? Going to the overhead cam from the same burglary with the 2 douchers that are going to come in here. You can tell too that they've been in the store before, and hopefully they have footage of everyone that came into the store in even moderately recent times. Chances are these guys were in there scoping things out, because he went straight for the cabinet. He went straight for the Pokemon. And he's pretty much ignoring everything else. I don't know what he's doing there. He's looking through some paperwork and tossing it all over the place. To add insult to injury, that is definitely a case of he's been there before. All right, next door. And thank you guys for sharing, watching these ones. I get it. It's not the most insane, most intense, most entertaining of videos, but it is amongst the most important content that we're putting out here. Because there's nothing worse than a thief, right? We got Project CCG in Alhambra, California. We got some wild names going on here. All right, and we got the break in there. We got the lights are even on. He's got the garbage can. He's gonna fill that up. Say this past Sunday at 4 a.m. the shop got broken into. About $12,000 worth of Pokemon booster boxes, ETBs, singles, and slabs were taken from our displays and shelves. The The robbers were fully masked, but if anyone somehow has any info on these men, please feel free to reach out. If you see anything suspicious on Marketplace or otherwise, anyone looking to sell this stuff, do reach out. Truly appreciate it. We will continue on here at Project CCG to do us, but remember to stay vigilant, everyone, and make sure to keep your collectibles safe and secure at all times. Yes, if you have an expensive collection and you do not have a security system, you do not have cameras set up, go take time right now. It is 2025. The technology is out there and it is not very expensive. We got a second guy here, a little on the chunkier side in that blue hoodie. Very identifiable hoodie. If you know anyone that's got a hoodie like that might have been stealing some Pokemon cards, please let me know. Alright, we got the OG Poke cards now. It doesn't seem like they had anything posted on their Instagram when I did a quick scroll through here, but we had this news report from Fox 35 that we'll take a look at right now. I don't know why the players are always so bad on these websites. It gets painfully bad.
Shop is known for its rare collection of Pokemon cards. And Fox 35's
It's always fun to see the news
is joining us live from there
cover
tonight.
something
So
they have no idea about.
A first-hand look at all the damage.
Yeah, Luann, as a matter of fact, some of it is still sitting outside the small business here. You'll see these smashed display cases. There is still some shattered glass at the bottom of some of them. A painful reminder
just running with the shattered glass
of the past couple of days. He crawled in after he smashed the front door. He turned on a light strapped to his forehead, and he went to work. It took this thief caught on camera only a few minutes to ransack this small
$35,000 worth of
business.
cards.
Owners at OG Poke Cards in Bellevue say he ran off with at least $35,000 worth of Pokemon trading cards.
It's devastating. It's gonna take a lot of time to build up, but hopefully we can get to where we were and continue to progress.
The smash and grab happened around 5 Tuesday morning. Glass littered the floor along with a mess of cards the thief
not the
didn't
Durant.
take.
We ran, put our shoes on, out the door to get here as soon as possible, although, you know, the damage has already been done.
It all meant the shop and hangout spot had to close as owners replaced the front door and all of the display cases. They've also spent thousands more on beefed up security.
We can feel comfortable coming again and not feeling like it's gonna be taken from us.
Police haven't yet named a suspect. He's just about covered head to toe, and the light on his forehead makes it hard to see his face. The owners have insurance, but doubt they'll recover the true value of what was taken. Perhaps some good news is most of the stolen cards that are worth a few $1,000s are authenticated, meaning they can be traced back to the store.
With the help from the detective and the police, we're gonna be able to get this person, hopefully.
These owners, they are...
All right, he just goes on more, but he's got the glass cabinet is the shot there. They're like, oh, well, it's closed right now, and we don't have anything to point the camera at, but man. So we're in Bellevue, Florida. If anyone knows someone that's selling some stolen goods, or it looks like they might be selling some stolen goods, please reach out with that. Now, let's get into the craziest thing that I've seen in quite some time. I mean, it's not really a surprise. We've seen console heists before, but we have $1.4 million worth of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles stolen in Colorado. That is crazy. All right. Again, the players are brutal here,
but if you want to
but
get your hands on a Nintendo Switch 2, you're out of luck. They're sold out in some spots, in others marked way up. Thieves decided they couldn't wait, hitting a semi-truck carrying the consoles.
When deputies arrived, they did determine that 2,810 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles were stolen out of the back of that trailer at some point.
Anders Nelson with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office says a truck driver was at the Love's truck stop in Bennett when he noticed his trailer had been broken into. He told deputies he didn't know these hot ticket items were in his cab. These got multiple pallets full of the Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. No small haul.
Yeah, they retail at $499. The cost to Nintendo is just over $410. So Either way you look at it, it's well over $1 million worth of merchandise stolen.
Exactly right.
Steve Beatty is a computer
What?
science professor at
Why is he
MSU
on the
Denver.
ground?
He says don't expect those swipe switches to show up on Craigslist or at pawn shops.
Because they're stolen, I would expect them to head to the dark web pretty quickly, unless they're shipped out of country.
The anonymous spot to buy and sell, feeding a demand.
And it took me about 2 minutes to find switches for sale. Okay, so it's half price.
If you end up with the stolen Switch, Beatty says these devices each have a serial number that police and Nintendo can track. When you log in, you have to register that number. That's how you play games, get updates. Nintendo, he says,
That's an interesting little tidbit where they're kind of saying that Nintendo is going to know which ones were the stolen ones, but I don't know if they would track what numbers were on each trailer. I kind of doubt that.
Track your device.
Nintendo does have the capability of what we call bricking the device, and that is to make it non-functional.
Getting around that lock.
All right, that's enough of that. I think that is, yes, if they have that all logged beforehand, they can definitely do that. We've seen people that jailbreak this stuff, and the thing is that's more going to impact the end consumer, the person that buys it, that doesn't realize that it's stolen or blindly wants to pretend that it wasn't stolen. They're going to make up some kind of excuse or reason for how they're selling it, why they're selling it. They'll probably get caught, though. I mean, to sell that many Switches is pretty wild. We had Rolling Candy TCG with this post where someone like took the Switches to the bathroom and opened them all up. They don't, just to make sure that the security thing, like, look how many Switches are there. There's like, are they Switch 2s? Those are Switch 1s. And then budget handheld only. That's an insane amount of Nintendos. Alright, Linktree before we get into two big old Pokemon thefts. One guy that got caught with it, and another that we're still on the lookout for a red vehicle of some kind. Linktree, if you like the channel, if you like what I do, if you want to support what I do, rather than sending me money, please use the Linktree. Buy the things that you're going to buy anyway. Buy something that's going to get you some good value for yourself. We got PSA Pikachu's eBay. He's been uploading a ton of new cards, so check that on the regular. There's a code there, Rattle5 off for 5% off. Securus Card Shop, Card Market, buy. We got the Spend 25, Get Free 25 from Catch 'em All Collectibles. Collector app for tracking your collection. A bunch of discount codes for the stuff that I use and recommend. And a bunch of just click it before you shop for the things you're going to buy anyway. You know the drill. Thank you very much to everyone that has been doing that. Truly appreciated. Now, Card Market. Speaking of truly appreciated, Card Market, thank you for sponsoring. Singles are your friend, especially in a market like this. Opening product is not a financially good decision. So if you want to get the best value, regardless of how available the new product is, buy the singles instead. Even better, buy the singles that have kind of rotated out of standard, so the players aren't looking for them. They've rotated out of the current thing that everyone's looking for, and so they'll typically be at their cheapest when they're like a generation or two old, and then should slowly go up over time. There are exceptions, just like this exception with a man held after Pokemon cards worth 250,000 European dollarinos. The old seized. All right, we got graded cards. If it's a 10, they're gonna have to contemplate, do I crack it out? And yes, I know the people that are watching this, the people that are commenting are saying, yeah, you crack it out and you just send it and get another 10. Typically, the people that are stealing this stuff aren't necessarily the most savvy in the Pokemon card space. They just know Pokemon card worth money, steal it and sell it, and try not to get caught selling it. So we have a man has been arrested after police discovered a stolen haul of rare Pokemon cards worth an estimated 250,000. The collectible cards were found by officers in a raid on a home in Hyde on Wednesday, Greater Manchester Police said. The force is now trying to return the cards, found wrapped in plastic labels with price tags ranging up to 560 to their original owners. The police spokesman joked, gotta catch 'em all. Oh, they always do. It's like low-hanging fruit. After photos of the cards were shared online. So that's the thing too. They probably can reach out to PSA if you had these stolen from you, you should have reported them stolen to PSA, show them the police report, show them the card, the cert numbers that are missing that were stolen, and they should be able to flag it. And do the authorities know? Hopefully they're aware of the fact that they can just contact PSA and they could probably be returned to their rightful owner. Hopefully not just sold off in some police auction or something along those lines. Well, I guess it depends too if there was insurance on it. It probably wasn't, unless if it was a game store, maybe. So I guess that gets a little messy too. Introduced by Nintendo in 1996 for the Game Boy. Oh, we're not going into that. I love how they had they pad the articles with like what Pokemon is at the end. Everyone knows what even grandmas know what Pokemon is. They're in line. They're scalping the Pokemon cards these days. All right, abc.net.au. Violent theft of $8,000 Pokemon card in car park trade alarms retailers. So, guys, if you're doing a big trade, do it in the most secure of locations, whether it's a police station, whether it's a bank. Banks are good. They got lots of security there. Do it somewhere that's extremely safe. Make sure the money is real. Make sure that they're not gonna come rob you, essentially. If you're showing up with $8,000, criminals are dumb, but they're gonna bait people into selling something. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'll give you the full price. Oh yeah, we'll meet up here in this back alley where I can threaten you and take your $8,000 or $8,000 item." We have the theft of an $8,000 Pokemon trading card from a suburb south of Wollongong. I told you we had some weird names in this one. Has sparked a police investigation and highlighted growing concerns about security issues associated with the highly collectible items. Detectives say a 38-year-old man had arranged to sell a rare collectible card at a car park in Warilla on the evening of March 28th, but was bashed and robbed. Bashed? Police this week released an image of a red Ford Mustang with a gray stripe seen leaving the scene of the crime. Surely someone knows the Mustang with the gray stripe. I don't think they come standard with a gray stripe. Red Mustangs probably pretty popular in lipstick red. I don't know. I feel like I know somebody with a crappy red Mustang. Not sure who that is though. They described the card as a 1999 Pokemon Charizard Holo with 2 L's, Unlimited, grade 9. The owner and founder of One Stop Poke Shop in the Sydney suburb of Chatswood, Jaden Gawk, said he was not surprised by the stolen cards, $8,000. Yeah, so people are going to steal from the game stores, but also you got to be on the lookout, even if you're a collector, even if you have a collection at home. Have it locked up. Have it behind some security. Make sure that you have a plan of action before the action needs to be actioned. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully at least a couple people realize, hey, like I gotta be careful with my shit. I gotta not be meeting strangers for $8,000. It could be a setup. Be careful. Be careful out there. Be careful if you have a game store. It's unfortunate, but pretty much everywhere you gotta put bars all over the thing in order to prevent them from breaking in and breaking out quickly. Just the world we live in. Shitty people that will take advantage of collectors. Just normal day-to-day people that might be buying and selling cards. And also small businesses that are usually family run, family, friends, whatever. And it's a shame because at some point that just can't exist if everyone's going to be breaking in. The insurance premiums will probably go up. Maybe they're not affordable. Maybe they can't justify the insurance and then sink for that reason. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys for watching these ones. Again, they're important. Take care.